2-4, elimination using multiplication. This lesson will go with lesson 17 homework. We've worked with elimination using addition. Today we'll work through it using multiplication. When using elimination, the biggest thing, step one, is make sure that you stack your like variables. So your x's are aligned, your y's are aligned, and your constants are aligned. When we used addition, we were able to eliminate one of the terms, either x or y. Looking at these, we're not going to be able to add or subtract to eliminate x or y, so we will need to use multiplication. In order to eliminate one of our variables, I'm going to multiply one of the equations. Sometimes you might need to multiply both equations, but in this case we will only need to multiply one of the equations, that being the second equation right here. I'm going to multiply this by -6. So when you multiply by -6, you'll write it like this. What I did is I'm just going to multiply the entire equation by -6. What I need to do next is my distributive property. When using the distributive property, you take -6 times x. And right here, this equation, I just rewrote it. So -6 times x is -6x. -6 times -9y is a positive 54y. And -6 times -1 is a positive 6. After multiplying that equation by -6, you'll see that I'm able to eliminate my x term, giving me 59y equals 0. Divide both sides by 59, and we get y equals 0. Once you have one of your values, you're going to use this and substitute into one of the original equations. One of the original equations we have is 6x plus 5y equals -6. Substitute in 0 for y. We have 5. Here's my substitution. Equals -6. And we get 6x equals -6. Divide both sides by 6. And we find that our solution for x is -1. So the solution, or point of intersection, for this problem, we get -1, 0. Moving on to example 2. Example 2, again, we'll need to multiply. Now, what I look for when I multiply, again, my x's and my y's, they align. I usually try to work with my smaller coefficients. In this case, 5 and 3 would be my smaller coefficients. I know that 5 and 3 would have a factor of 15, so that's what I need to do, is make that factor of 15. In order to do that, I need to multiply this top side by 3. Again, needing to distribute my 3. 3 into -6x is -18x. 3 into a positive 5y is a positive 15y. And 3 into 27 is going to give me 81. Now, looking at this problem, I need to also use multiplication, that bottom. We know that 15, as we mentioned right here, this is the numbers that I wanted to work with. I need to figure out, all right, this is a positive 3. How am I going to get that so it would be opposite right here? This is a positive 15, so I want a -15. In order to do that, I need to multiply this bottom equation by -5, and then go ahead and distribute. -5 into a positive 9x is a -45x. -5 into a positive 3 is a -15y. And -5 into -9 is a positive 45. Now we have two equations here. Looking at it, we're able to eliminate positive 15 and -15. Here we get a -63x equals 81, and a positive 45 is 126. Divide both sides by -3. Negative 63, I should say. And we come up with x equals -2. There's your x value. Once you get that value, simply substitute into one of the equations above. I'm going to use -6. -6, and in for x goes -2 plus 5y equals 27. -6 times -2, what I simply did here is I substituted into this equation up here. Here's my x value, and that's where -2 is. -6 times -2 is 12 plus 5y equals 27. Subtract 12 from both sides. We get 5y equals 27. Take away 12 is 15. Divide both sides by 5. And we find y is equivalent to 3. Your solution, or point of intersection, is -2, 3. In example 3 here, I'm going to go ahead and let you work through this on your own. FYI, your solution that you're looking for is -5,3. That's what we want to come up with. To let you know, I chose, in my work right here, I chose to get rid of my x value. So I chose to get rid of x. So I had to multiply both these equations by certain numbers in order to get rid of x. You can do y, but I will let you know that my information is getting rid of or eliminating x. So I'll go ahead and pause this video, try to work through, see what you come up with your solution, and then check out my work. Here it is after everything is solved. So here's my work after eliminating x.